Bentrovati, welcome. Today we continue talking about experiments on animals because I've had the fortune to have with us once again Dr. Stefano Cagno, Medical Director for the Daisy Mercate Hospital and writer. Today I would like Dr. Cagno to talk to us in particular about the unscientific nature of results from experiments conducted on animals. Therefore, if these tests on animals are unscientific, they are unreliable, so I'd like him to tell us about the adverse effects of these tests. Over to you, Dr. Cagno. Thank you very much for inviting me again to talk about a topic that is for me very important. It is very important as a doctor. People often think that those opposed to experiments on animals are animal rights activists, that is, those who are concerned about the issues regarding animals, and the common held belief is that they are not concerned about issues regarding humans. I am a doctor with a doctorate in human medicine and surgery, so I am obviously interested in issues regarding the health of human beings. And as a hospital doctor, I can say that in 2013, experiments conducted on animals do not deliver any reliable results. It is not possible to extrapolate what we obtain from animals to our species. There is irrefutable proof. After experimenting on animals, the law obligates experiments on humans. For what reason, if not because experiments on animals are unreliable? We have to consider that it is enough to have one different gene, it is enough to have one different enzyme to make a substance safe for animals and toxic for human beings, to have a therapeutic effect on animals and an adverse effect on human beings. Last time I cited two statistics that are worth repeating. 92% of the substances that pass when experimented on animals in reality do not pass when experimented on humans, and of the 8% that enters the market, 51% shows to be toxic after entering the market. Can we rely on a research method that fails, so 92 plus 4 in 96% of cases? I think not. In the past, you studied the great principles of biology, and therefore it's undeniable that there could be some analogies, and so if we studied the heart of a rabbit, the data could be extrapolated in some ways to humans. Today, science has gone too far ahead, and we have to rely on new technology for progress. Therefore, we have to abandon a research method that is medieval in the real sense of the word. Actually, it's a method that began 2,000 years ago. Thank you, Doctor. I would like to ask you to talk to us about alternative methods. Obviously, alternative methods that absolutely do not use animals. There are many alternative methods. There exist methods that we can define as antique, cell cultures, organ tissues, naturally of human origin, that give us its true partial results, but species-specific results. What do I mean? I mean that if I use human liver cells, these cells have a reliable response because they are cells that belong to our species. It's useless relying on a model, such as the animal model, that is complex and global, but completely different from ours. But above all, in the past few decades, many techniques have been developed that use technological advancements. So it could be the use of equipment that is often in reality used for diagnostic purposes. But we can also think about pharmacogenomics, that is, studying DNA, we can determine whether a person is allergic to a particular substance or not. We can consider cell cloning, that has nothing to do with cloning animals. Certainly, these days, we have many methods that can eliminate experimentation on animals. The problem is a political problem, or more precisely, the organisms that control and regulate need to sponsor substitute methodologies or alternatives, or however you prefer calling them, because unless there is sponsorship of these methodologies, nobody will ever develop them. Nobody will ever invest capital in methodologies that will not then become mandatory by law.
mai, nessuno metterà capitali su delle metodiche che poi dopo non diventeranno obbligatorie per legge.
So, reconnecting to what was just said, something crucial would be to create human tissue banks, correct? This is an essential point. Often, those in favor of experimenting on animals make fun of those who are opposed because they say that cell cultures cannot give good results. Just think that every year in Italy about 200,000 animals are killed to set up cell cultures of animal origin. So, if, according to those who experiment on animals, there is value in using cell cultures of animal origin, I do not understand why there cannot be a value in using cell cultures of human origin. Obviously, in order to be able to use them, you need to get organized, which means that there needs to exist centers where all materials from hospitals converge, material that is disposed of every day, both healthy cells and unhealthy cells, both obtained from biopsies and obtained from surgical operations. On these species-specific material, that is of human origin, we can obtain a lot of information that is really useful for our species. Very well, thank you, Dr. Cagno. I trust in you all to divulge this information because in order to create a culture, we also need to inform those who govern us until such time as this can be translated into facts. Thank you and see you soon.